Hi there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 51 of our Supersize Your Business Annual Challenge. Today we're talking about confidence, of course, and our topic is making confident requests. Requesting what it is you need, want, desire. Ask for what you want without apologizing, without minimizing, without making excuses, without over-describing. I tend to over-describe things, not when I'm asking for requests, but I will admit this is one of those areas that I always need continuous improvement in. Why? I don't know. I grew up in a family of all girls, and for some reason, we weren't hampered from asking for what we wanted. So I don't know where that belief came from. Maybe that's something I'll explore today. Is where did this limiting belief about asking come from for me, and how do I get rid of it? Because it is probably holding me back, and it may be holding you back as well. How do you know? You're reluctant to ask. You don't ask for the things that you need and want in your business, even though you absolutely positively deserve them. It's like asking for a raise in corporate America. So many people make up all these things in their head about asking for a raise, but I have found that 90% of the time when I asked for a raise, number one, I absolutely positively deserved it, and I knew I did, and so did my boss, and most of the time I got it. Sometimes I'd have to wait a little bit because of corporate rules and regulations, but for the most part, every time I made a request, I would get what I needed or wanted for myself and for my departments, because that was my job, is to facilitate getting the things that we need and want to do a better job for the organization. So on this topic of asking, I guess let's rate ourselves right now on a scale of 1 to 10. How confidently do you make requests? How easy is it for you to ask for help, ask for resources, ask for what you need? A scale of 1 to 10, 10 being super duper easy, 1 being not so much. I'd probably give myself like a 4 or a 5. I don't even know if I'm average on this, because I just don't. I usually will just figure it out and power through myself, which is a really hard way to do everything, yeah? So we want to confidently and clearly ask people for what we want. Just like any other area, especially sales, we talk about this a lot. A confused mind will say no. If we're not communicating clearly to the people that we're here to serve, and then asking them for the business, asking them to do business with us, we are being indirect, we are being fuzzy, we are watering down our messages, and we are not serving them or our organization very well. My way of looking at it now, and this is a recent perspective, is the worst that can happen is the person will say no. But if they don't understand the question, if we're not asking it in a clear and concise way, if we're not directly asking for the thing we need, want, or desire, we're robbing them of the opportunity to say yes, but they're going to say no, because in any area or aspect of our business or our lives, if we're not clear on what to do, usually we'll just opt for doing nothing. And that's what happens with the people that we're here to serve, the people in our organizations, all human beings, pretty much human nature. So today, what we're going to do, we are going to make one direct ask, and we're going to do it today. We're not going to do it this week. We're not going to do it next week. We're going to do it today. One thing that you've been wanting or needing for your business, we're going to ask for. Maybe it's asking somebody to do business with you. I already know what mine is. I'm sharing a really cool program that I'm a part of. I'm going to ask a couple of people to join me in that training option and that learning opportunity, and we're going to form a little mastermind to do that. And I'm just going to ask them directly, either you want to or you don't. Here's what's in it for you. Here's what's in it for all of us. And if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, it's not. I'm not going to apologize. I'm not going to worry about somebody saying no. I'm not going to worry or be afraid of rejection. I'm just going to do it. And I encourage you to do the same. And then share in the comments below the one thing you asked or are going to ask today. I would say ask it and then report back, how did it go? That way we're holding ourselves accountable for actually doing the things that we say we're going to do. And then think about a couple of things on this topic today. Number one, what do you want that you haven't asked for because you're either afraid of rejection, or you're feeling like you don't deserve, or you're a burden, or you're not worthy of asking? We all have those tapes that play in our subconscious that are like, who are you to ask for that? You know, nobody else in the company has that. Why do you think your department should have that? Things like that. Or nobody has ever done this in this business or industry before. What makes me think I can make it work? Well, ask a couple of people that have had a strategy that's successful in a different industry. what lessons that they learned. Always ask people the lessons that they learned first, because those are the pitfalls you want to make sure that you don't fall into when you're implementing the strategy in your industry. I have so many stories about that. But one of the things I was very delighted that I asked early on and realized in my corporate career was that all of our skills and abilities and our leadership and our core values are transferable from one industry to the next, from one organization to the next. One of the fastest ways we could advance our career. I learned in my first job, okay, this is the path that you come in on. You cannot go on any other path in this organization. So it was a really big organization. And I was like, yeah, but that's not what I want to do with my corporate career and my training and my career. And they are like, well, okay, well, that's not going to work here. And I'm like, okay, well, then I'm not going to work here, right? Long term. I stayed there 5 years and I found a better opportunity by switching to a different industry. And I mean, I got a $40,000 signing bonus, which was more than my entire first year out of college at a big company that I'd been working for. And my salary was, 6 figures. So asking is a very, very powerful tool. And we all know that. Think about if you ask directly for what you need, want, and desire in your business 80% more often, what would happen? I'm going to tell you, you'd supersize your business, because you might get a couple of no's in there, but you're going to get a lot more yeses. And the better you get at asking, the better you get at presenting the idea, the thought. I did this on a women's summit. I was like, nobody's going to do a summit with me. And then I had more applications that I could handle. I actually had to interview people preliminarily to pick and choose who was best for that particular summit. So it's amazing the power of asking. And then finally, what's the worst that can happen? If somebody says no, what's the worst that can happen? If you ask somebody to be on your summit or to partner with you on something or to promote your upcoming event or something for affiliate income, and they say no is the worst thing that can happen, right? That's it. And if you can live through that and you can handle that, which we always can, if we're resilient and if we believe that we'll figure it out, we will always figure it out. I know you will. I do, and it just cracks me up. It's like, oh, I thought that was so hard and I'd never figured it out, and then 10 minutes later, I've got the answer I need and I'm moving forward. And I guarantee if you believe it, the same will happen for you. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help in any way, hit me up and ask. You might want to start thinking about a challenge or a confidence issue or a confidence goal that you have. In the last 5 days of the month, we're going to run through our super process in addition to our usual daily topics. I'm going to double them up this year because I want to do the SOAP framework and the super framework every month for sure. And then we'll kind of play it by ear and see how that works. But I want you to start thinking about what is it with respect to confidence that you would really, 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 really want. If we could knock that out of the park this year. All right, mine might be asking. All right, have a great day. If I can help you anyway, ask directly and I will help you. I guarantee it. That's it. Have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow.